aliens, flying saucers, reptilian lizard people. What's going on? Something's going on. You know something's going on. If there's one thing that always made me curious, it was this. How come in all of these reptilian stories and the shape-shifting stuff, which we're going to go through, you're going to find it really amazing. How come it's never this person shape-shifted into a giraffe? This person shape-shifted into a balloon. It's never that. How come it's never, oh, I see a flying chicken drumstick? How come it's always the same things consistently for a long time, thousands of years? It does make you wonder. Look at this, friends. Adele caught shape-shifting into an 8-foot reptilian in New Zealand. What? Singer Adele? This is crazy, all right? This is just crazy, but this has actually happened a lot. So just to let you know, this is what happens. I don't look, trust me. When I first came across these, I'm like, oh, someone's playing a prank. And I'm like, wait a minute. No. You watch the videos, you put the stories together. You're like, excuse me. We're going to go through some videos here, friends. I'm going to like spoil it a bit here for you. I mean, this guy's got his ears missing. We're going to see some shape-shifting actually on this camera. You're going to see that stuff. It's crazy, right? So Adele, you know, the singer Adele, this was in April 2017. She was in Auckland, in New Zealand. And the fans sitting in front of her said she shapeshifted into an 8-foot reptilian, an actual lizard lady. Now, of course, there are no real pictures we can clearly see, but there are some hand-drawn sketches of people who have seen this stuff and it's happened to them. And this is what they've looked like over the years, friends. This is pretty much what they look like. Actually look like reptilians. They have like these actual horns coming out. Trust me, when I first saw it, I was like, wait a minute. You're telling me this was the inspiration for basically all these video games and stuff we've been playing our whole lives? Yeah, they actually came from all this stuff. It's nuts. I thought it was the other way around. I thought people played the games and then made up their, and started basically making up their minds. Here's another pictures and stuff. More pictures, friends. So there's different ones. There's different ones. It's kind of crazy. We're talking about aliens and UFOs, but yeah, this story is going to get wild. Now, here's the thing, friends. This show, man. This show. Now, so they see her shapeshift and some news articles went around. This was one of them. All right? This is one of them. After it starts going viral a bit, it gets pulled. No one ever hears about it again. Now, it's kind of crazy. I mean, it's written right here. Adele shapeshifted into an 8-foot reptilian backstage at Auckland's Mount Smart Stadium after the final concert, according to her shocked fans and a reporter. I mean, like, you know, just, like I said, man, just think about this, all right? Because there are hundreds of these cases, thousands. Why aren't you a giraffe? Where's the giraffe maxis? It's always a reptilian, always a lizard. Thousands of years. Now, so the article gets pulled, and strangely enough, I did more research. Apparently, this has happened with Justin Bieber, Jay-Z, Chris Brown. It's crazy. Crazy. This has also happened with the royal family. Now, I haven't seen a particular account where the royal family, someone shapeshifts, but people have reported basically double eyelid movements. I even saw somebody said there was basically someone in Putin's, I think one of Putin's, like, you know, KGB Secret Service thing, or some other reporter. They basically, I think it was maybe in the Russian news, they only reported it. It got pulled, I think. They basically said that when Putin met the Queen, this was 3 years ago, she had like a double eyelid blink once. It's so strange. Here's the thing, man. You hear it once, you're like, they were probably tripping. Something was on. But, man, I've gone through so many of these. You know, and I'm like, friends, if you're sitting here on your couch, you're like, okay, someone's on drugs. I'm like, wait a minute. Bro, it's the same story every time. You people don't know each other. Something's going on. Now, yeah, it could be a prank, man. It could be a prank. It could have been, because this is a legitimate thing. Maybe the Coconut Intelligence Agency or the Fancy Bananas investigators, you know, the Kia and the Phoebe, maybe they say, hey, we want to do like an experiment on people with like, and we've got to do it in real time. Let's throw out like a bogus news event just to see, do people react? Do they snap? Do they lose their minds? Let's basically put it out and pull it. Now, it could be a total hoax, but also I want to introduce this to you, friends. It's very obvious we're kind of like getting groomed to be okay with the fact that we are not alone in the universe. And slowly we get introduced to these concepts over time, but they don't throw everything out at once because it's basically like you just fry your brain. Like you basically can't comprehend it. There's all these other light waves you can't see, all these other things moving around, you know, multiple dimensions, multiple times. Our brains can't even handle it. Okay. So I'm now going to show you the most famous reptile video, and this one's banned on YouTube. So as soon as I tell you that, you're like, let me see it. Let me see it. Yeah. Now, here's the thing. It's shadow banned. Okay. It's shadow banned, my friends. They won't. Actually, play some gentle angel music. I'm going to show it to you right now. Okay. They won't ban this specifically because they know if they press the ban button, this thing is literally going viral tomorrow. Okay. Now, how was this video recorded? You're going to see it right now. It's the actual shape-shifting. Now, I'm going to go through here. The most famous reptile video, which is shadow banned on YouTube. The US government purposefully downranks this, and you can only find it by links. That's true, friends. So the only way to find it is to click on this full video, but I've saved it and I've uploaded it. So this guy goes through it. All right, so he basically sees it. It's not this guy. It's not this guy. I know everyone thinks, hey, it's not that guy. It could be that guy, but it's important to understand the backstory. So Barack Obama's giving a speech. I think it's in Israel. And pretty much the main camera, that is not the one recording that you're going to see. It was from an alternative news media in basically the event hall. And firstly, so Barack Obama's giving a speech, and check it out here, okay? So look at down here, okay? So we're going to zoom in. The Secret Service guy, he's actually here, all right? And he is basically, he's moving a bit skits. And you're going to see it right now before we go on.
Years ago, I stood before you and said that Israel's security is sacrosanct. It is non-negotiable. That belief has guided my actions as president.
Even though at first sight he looks just like the average Secret Service spook, a series of odd features on his head, face, plus a...
By the way, check that out, friends. Do that video I just showed you? Look at that picture. Look at this. He's got 3 marks on his cranium, which is very strange because it's exactly like the UFO stuff we were just looking at. And I'm going to show you the picture again. Look at that. See these horns, friends? I mean, this is crazy, man. This is wild. Friends, they've been drawing these for centuries. Centuries. Thousands of years. Look at this, okay? You see these horn part? Also, I've got another one down here. All right, if you scroll down, look at this, another account, right? This is pretty much what they look like. The people, they're much more tall than us. They're like 8 feet tall. And that's what they look like. This story, friends, I got to find the story here for you, but there was a guy who got abducted and he got taken up to a ship, and he said his eyes thought what he was seeing was scary, but he was under some sort of trance, so his fear was down. He felt okay. But what he was saying was scary. He saw basically like a panel of 8-foot reptilians. He said, but one of them was talking to him, and what they did was, so it was basically these giant reptilians, and they had like this weird device where it was basically a human face, just like holographic in front. So it's kind of like there's big reptilian guys, and they'll just send the human face to talk to us. And it just looks like some just beam of light, but he's talking to like a nice face. It's like, oh yeah, I'm talking to this and that. So it's basically them talking to you because like they're smart. They know like, oh yeah, this guy's going to flip out, this monkey. We are just monkeys, right? Pretty much monkeys on this little ball, blue ball, right? But let's continue, okay? So a lot of these things are corroborating here. Watch. I'm going to show you now the part later on. So this is where now it's got some scary music, right? But let's go like this. You see it. Watch out here. Where are your ears, sir? Where are your ears? What's going on here? Look at him. check that out.
Disregard all the distortions and image artifacts caused by post-edition zooming, and pay close attention to how his head features suddenly change. His ears, his nose, his chin, cheekbone, jaw and mouth are no longer looking human at all. Matter of fact, now he has a blatant non-human face. So what just happened? Did his shape-shifting device fail during Obama's speech, in the middle of an amphitheater crowded with people? Is he an actual reptilian humanoid?
So, yeah, but just to let you know, that video, yeah, it's banned. It's banned on the YouTubes right now. You can't, you have to type it in exactly. You can't actually search it up, okay? And now, I don't want to spook them. I don't want to actually take everything down, fans. So, yeah, just keep it to yourself. Just watch. Don't flip everyone out. But, yeah, that's real. And there's also, friends, there's some funny things about that. I think it was this video or some other event where, you know, the US government, they responded to it because people were going wild. This was years ago. And they made a joke about it. I think Barack Obama said, hey, yeah, we do have them, ha, 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 and everyone laughed, and they got it deleted and stuff. So they made a joke about it, and then it just moved away. So obviously they're aware. And this is just, it's always in US government. It's always US government Secret Service stuff. It's a very, very common thing. I don't know why. Is it because they're close to the nukes, so much power? I don't know why, okay? Because you're not hearing about it in, like, you know, like Uganda's government or anything, right? These are pictures of it, basically put up closer. So you just get to see, right, the ears and anything out here going on now. Right, here's the thing. These are really, really, really rare, friends, because I've found a couple of people, they're like, I've got pictures and videos of these, and then you find them, like, and a lot of these people, they're like that meme guy with the whiteboard, like, everything's a super conspiracy. And you know what, bro, they could be right, but it's just like, there's no... You can't run with one idea all the time, what I've found with those people. There's 30,000 pebbles, and each thing leads into, like, some big essay and some big conspiracy and stuff. But it's not really... You know what's happening. It's just, like, a lot of it has to eventually be to speculation. But you can't line up all those things up one after the other. That's what I've been able to do here. Just watching it naturally over time, just because I'm interested, you know? Naturally, right, new people will ask, they'll always ask this, friends. They'll say, well... why doesn't everyone just post about it? And here I am saying, most likely it's because we are the zoo animals and they are the zookeepers, okay? Now, in the, friends, it's kind of funny. We're in crypto, right? There's UFO community. There's always this big debate, right? People don't know. Are these aliens, are they benevolent? Are there some benevolent, some normal, some nice? Is it a distribution? Some of them don't care about us. Clearly, none of them really want to, like, destroy us. I thought it would be destroyed. Or is there someone protecting us? We don't know. We don't know. And there's always these theories and whatever. It's something you can't even, like, contemplate for. That's like, who knows, maybe people are arguing about that on the internet in thousands of years, because right now, people can't even wrap their minds around the fact that we might not even be alone. You know, we obviously know we're not alone. You know, it's pretty obvious by now. It's very clear now, our media, our population's controlled, and it's for a good reason. So, remember, I'd like to at least have some sort of balanced view with this. And I always put myself in the shoes of Mr. Alien Dude controlling us, right? Whatever it is, bigger spirit or interdimensional beings or the government, whatever it is. And I'm just thinking, imagine telling everyone, hey, everyone, there are alien reptilian dudes amongst many other UFO dudes. They're actually walking around you right now. And, you know, don't panic, though. And they could be in the government, which they are. Don't panic. Did I tell you not to panic? Come on, man. It's literally, everyone's going to lose their minds. Everyone's going to lose their minds. First, people go in denial. They go, oh, no, there's not. And then if they're like, no, here's pictures of them. Literally, everyone loses their mind, friends. I think everybody grabs a shotgun, just starts blasting everyone around each other. Are you an alien? Are you an alien? And then what happens to the legal system? It wasn't me that stole the cheese from the store. It was the aliens. I'm an orange juice drinker. You can see how society, pretty much everybody loses their mind, okay, straight away. Interestingly enough, ancient texts, friends, ancient texts, they've been speaking about this for like 3,000 years, like multiple thousands of years. It's kind of like we're the only ones where we're like, hey, these things, you know, you need more evidence and stuff. But why? Why is it always us, friends? Is it because we have more smarts now? No. It's probably because we got nukes now and we got more amount of weapons to literally wipe ourselves out. You're going to wipe everybody out with a button, literally, like, you know, 2,000 years ago. So, hey, he's kind of like the truth and stuff for everyone. Everyone kind of knows what's going on. It's just kind of funny. We always have this perspective like we're the greatest and we're the smartest. I don't think so. I don't think so. In another event, friends, there's actually another one here. In another event, we see a weird reptile guy shapeshifting. Now, I found a video compilation of these, but I looked at them, and a lot of them, they could be legit, but a lot of them were like video artifacts. And just to let you know, the Coconut Intelligence Agency, the Kia, you know, I can't say their names, friends, I don't want to get flagged, but just letting you know that they have teams of people who go around, I can tell you with 100% confidence, they go around to Reddit, and whenever there's UFO videos that are real, they will modify the video slightly, and then they'll make accounts to start posting the fake one with a bit of the fake CGI or thing edited in. And then what they'll do is they'll make another guy who debunks it and says, hey, this is debunked. This sprite in the video was taken from this thing like 25 years ago. It's a hoax. And then everything of that goes viral. And then it makes you doubt the whole thing. But we've seen this before with the Malaysian fly, and there's many others as well. It's actually genius when you think about it. Like the Kia, friends, the Coconut Intelligence Agency, is literally the master of PsyOps. It's how you basically break down truth. You send out one truth, but there's like 15 lies, and no one knows which one is the truth. Okay, so that's how they work. Now, you're gonna watch this video. This is actually crazy. It's these people. It's another Secret Service agent. So check this out.
Anyone know who this guy is?
Watch this guy's eyes.
Trump arraignment yesterday. Watch his eyes. Watch his eyes.
Look at the double blinking.
Definitely not normal.
Double blinking. See?
There were a few of him there like this. Very obvious that we're in a spiritual or some type of warfare going on here for sure.
Look at that. Double blinking, friends.
Eyes. That is not normal. Not normal.
So there's actually more. Look, I'll continue here. Look.
The camera angle. You notice his eyes still. He's very aware of the camera, so that's weird in itself.
So it's not actually that weird. These things, friends, you're talking about, it's like you and I walk into, walk into the monkey zoo, and they're looking at us like, whoa, this guy knows that we're talking about him. And like, yeah, dude, like we literally, we run Earth. You know, we made mobile phones now. We got planes. We got guns. You're just a monkey. Or you have him as bananas, okay? So it's hard for humans to wrestle with this idea that there are beings millions of years advanced for us. Like, what does 1,000 years even in technology look like? Friends, 1,000 years ago, we didn't even have wooden cars, okay? Now we got things like crypto and Bitcoin and Pokemon, right? And squeaky chairs. What are we going to have in 1,000 years? Flying squeaky chairs. You see what I mean? Like, we're going insane speeds in terms of, like, how we're basically moving forward with tech.
Aware of the camera, so that's weird in itself. I'm going to post a couple other videos. Sightings of this go back to 2013, probably further, but not of this quality. And I get the quality isn't great, but it was happening live on Greta Van Susteren, Newsmax, as it was going down. So it is what it is.
And so here's the thing, friends. Whenever I see these, I'm like, oh, is it glitching? And it's like, there's only one guy glitching. One guy glitching. Why isn't anybody else? You know, like I said, you throw one out, you're like, well, you know, this guy, I don't know, he's on some mad trip, or this is edited. By the way, I've seen what the Kia will do, friends, in a lot of these things, these videos. They will implement their own CGI, and they don't make it like ridiculously obvious. They put like an eyeball CGI. So I've seen some of the reptilian ones. I'll put like vertical eye slits on people when they don't have it, and it'll just make it look like fake stuff. So they do these things basically just to like tame it down. So it's actually genius when you think about it. It makes us think, oh, the truth is out there, but you're so used to the fakes. It's just like the Hollywood movies. Also, it is 100% confirmed. The US government, friends, you know, like Steven Spielberg and some alien movies, they have had US governments force their way into Hollywood movie scripts. And demand that the script be changed in certain ways to depict things. They want aliens to be represented in a certain way. There's a movie Contact. There's a few movies that's happened like that. There's stories where the directors, only they knew that they had produced the film and it was ready, and a random guy, looks like a typical like Republican guy, comb over hair, in a suit, rocks up to this cocktail event, knows the guy's name and says, "Hi, I am whatever," and they've never heard of this guy before, so no one's ever seen him before. And they just said like, "Oh, I know you finished that video recently. I just want to let you know about the others in the thing. That's not actually how they are." And what he was talking about in this movie, I got to find it for you. I think they released it in the 90s, because the segment is the directors themselves talking. They're like, "Yeah, this random dude rocks up to us. He's the only, like, we hadn't told anybody we'd finished the film. I just finished editing it, and it was done in my private studio. We were working on it for a long time. He knew it was in the film somehow, and he basically was saying to them, your depiction of the aliens, you should change this one thing." And how they were depicting the aliens was they were attacking humans. They were coming in. I think at some point of the movie where they were attacking humans and everyone was scared of them, and then they changed it. I think they changed it, or they were told to change it, but it's something along the lines of that. And there's one story like that, you go, "Oh, what's going on?" But then you hear like, "Oh wow, this is like our story number 10 of these things happening." It's almost like if we make aliens seem too nasty and make everybody scared, government comes in like, "Oh, they're not actually like that. There's more benevolence here," right? It is interesting. Okay, look at this third video.
So whatever this is, I think they know that we're catching on to him. This is going to creep you out. He's going to peek around the corner and
top
just
left.
stare straight at us and smile. Because he knows. He knows that we know. And we're catching on. But it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's kind of like looking like, "Hey, I am not suspicious at all." These things are rare, friends. These things are rare, and whenever obviously if you're new to this, trust me, I was very, very new, like thousands of videos ago. I'm like, get the guy's name, corner him, tackle him. It's the first thing you're gonna say, right? Logically, go tackle the guy and just rip off his camouflage. See what happens. They have no name. They're not on the system. They don't exist. The officer's name doesn't exist. No reply, doesn't have a birth certificate, can't be traced, can't be tracked, ever. Every single time. So you're always wondering, why don't they just bring up the guy on a stadium? "Hey, everybody, I am here. I don't work for them anymore. I retired 10 years ago." Nope. These videos are from like, years and years ago, 10 years. And there's others, right? It takes 2 seconds to do that. Why don't they do that? So when you see this, you think, you're telling me there's people out there without birth certificates? Well, luckily your friend Sommi here wearing a Bulbasaur hat right now. Friends, I literally made a video on Gary McKinnon. Gary McKinnon, an autistic guy, hacked NASA in 2001 and discovered non-human entity, so alien spreadsheets, where it had command officer names who were not registered in the USA. Gary found over 200 journal entries of USA officers and USA UFO experiences, many photos from their satellite, and lots of other things. The US government tried to get Gary killed and jailed for 70 years, but Pink Floyd wrote a song about him in a song, and his popularity got too much, so they stepped back. And I believe it was it Margaret Thatcher? The Iron Lady, they called her. From the UK. She was the one who basically allowed him to stay, but America wanted him dead. They were trying to actually get him dead. So this is my video, friends. I'll go through all of it. So I have Gary, if we can find a picture of Gary out here. So Gary, friends, is autistic pretty much, and we go through a lot of these videos out here. This is him, pretty much him, his photos and stuff. I think he started doing interviews recently now. Interesting, right? So they demanded him to get extradited. They want to put him away for forever. He found a lot of stuff, friends. I've got video here talking about Trump's Space Force. So yeah, one of Gary's things, he found officers and ships, like actual US ships, not registered anywhere. And they had non-terrestrial transfers, which means not of Earth. What are they transferring? Is it weapon stuff? Is it humans? Is it like that's what the speculation is always is. That's why, friends. So I can almost tell you 100%, obviously faith, but I believe 100% this is all happening. In the UFO community, though, this is where basically the speculation takes over. And you have every spectrum. You have people who are like, it's all evil. We're all going to die. And then like our souls are being sucked and siphoned, and there's like a big machine factory. We can never escape this death. There's that. Then there's people who are saying this is like going to be fine. It's fully spiritual. And over the next million years, maybe your soul recycles and stuff, and humanity advances. And then we have a lot of people in between. They're like, oh, maybe there's some bad that's dark in the world, right? Or evil. And then maybe there's some good that's evil. And then, the good stuff, right? That's light, and good always eventually wins. No one knows where the hell to go. That's where it's just full-on speculation. But, sometimes with the government, when aliens are meant to look bad, they come in and swing it up. Oh, not that bad, right? So it is interesting to think about these. And there's every basically speculation you can think of in terms of like, yes, harvesting humans. There's that spectrum. And a lot of people got scared because they were harvesting the cows. Remember, all the cows get sucked up, friends? But then like I heard someone talk about it. One of the UFO researchers, he's like, yeah, they probably saw that we just eat cows all the time, and they just want to say, hey, why are they eating all this stuff? Let's check it out. And I'm like, wait, that makes so much sense. We are killing millions of cows. Have you seen them? We're killing like hundreds of millions of cows for yummy, juicy steak. Makes sense, right? They're like, well, you just killed 300 million. Let us kill one. It's kind of crazy to think about it. It makes so much sense like that. We're like, hey, leave the cows alone. It's amazing when you have these perspectives, you just get to see it from someone else. But these people spend a lot of time thinking about it, friends, and their whole careers just got to write books. I feel a bit sorry for them because they've been called kooks their whole lives. But I know it's like true now because we're the young blood. We're like, duh. Like they try to assassinate Donald Trump with a bullet to his head. It's so obvious to us. But for them, it's like it was a different time because they're listening to the news anchor. There's only one TV channel, right? It's crazy. Now, this is where like we always take a turn in these. And we just gotta get hit with a dose of reality, friends. And there's always this part, right? Let's read this. Common misconceptions about these stories. Just record it with your phone, bro. Just record it with your phone. Why can't you just record it with your phone? And yeah, I completely empathize with you because before I learned about all this stuff, I'm saying the same thing. Bro, just get out the phone. Why is it 2 pixels? I don't want to see it. You're wasting everyone's time. Then you realize 2 things. Number 1, there are high quality stuff out there from the government. You can't see it. It's being leaked on purpose. Do you want to know something interesting as well, friends? You know the UFO Tic Tac video, friends? The one where, was it Commander Fravor? This one, friends, Commander Fravor has a UFO, the Tic Tac UFO, right? This one, very famous, goes on Joe Rogan and stuff. Well, they put the lowest quality on that when they released it. There's a higher quality one of that. It doesn't look as blurry. And then they made you realize, oh, so they like stuff being leaked slowly, but they don't want the definition and like the quality to be too high. They want people to know without knowing too much. It's almost like, hey, there's been a murder. We're going to blur out things. So you know there is blood in the movie, but we're just going to blur everything out. So you can't actually see everything. We don't want to like shock you too much, right? Interesting. So remember, just record it, bro. Just get the phone, bro. Just record it out. Like, check these out in the stories, okay? By the way, there is no one book where you just learn all these. It's just, I've watched so many of these experiences, put them back to back, and I can put these out for you. So try telling a monkey in the zoo, go draw Einstein's equations and prove energy, mass, and light, they're interchangeable. You're like, haha, I can't do that. Well, yeah, we're the monkeys now. You get it? We're the monkeys. We are the monkeys, okay? So you can't just say, hey, just record it. We can't. We're the zoo animals. We're not the zookeepers. In many of the UFO stories, so just to throw it out there for you, people report missing time. Very common. People come back from UFO abduction. There are blocks of missing time. They're like, hey, I remember seeing this, and it just goes full blank. And the next time I think, it's like 4-hour teleport. What happened to my memory? Memory wiped, right? Missing time. They'll come back. Their watches are literally going nuts because they're radioactive. Okay. That's another reason why, friends, apparently a lot of the contact can't be made because basically a lot of their stuff is basically radioactive. A lot of people come back, they get sick after get abducted and stuff. And yeah, they'll get sick, vomiting, nauseous. They'll have like, their organs are a bit like rotten one side or something that gets touched by the light that gets too close to the ship. Yeah, so it's not that it actually is harmful to humans, and it makes sense, right? I mean, look, you know the Sentinel tribe in India, off India, right? The little Sentinel tribe, the ones who haven't had human contact civilization ever. Yeah, if you literally go there and fart, the whole island's dead in literally about 48 minutes because they can't handle baked bean farts from like, you know, one of the Mexican stores you visit. And that's pretty much how populations get wiped out because they don't have the immune system for it. Well, I guess it's the same thing with maybe like Mr. Aliens out there, right? So, missing time, right? Hours go blank. That's why another reason why you can't record stuff. Also, there are recordings or there's sightings. So people, what they'll do is they will have the camera in their hand and they're watching UFO. Now, I've read both of these cases. Some people say they're so stunned they forget to bring out the camera to record. That's one common. They're so stunned. There are other people where they have actually recorded it and government agents come, take the tapes. Okay, that's one. There are other stories as well where somebody has the photos up close and what they'll do is they basically will send it through the mail and then the mail gets intercepted. So yeah, Coconut Intelligence Agency, they're tracking everyone. That's why a lot of these UFO researchers themselves, a lot of the material can't actually make it to them. They have their own secret ways of how they get stuff because a lot of stuff can't. It's wild, man. Everyone's tracked. Everybody's tracked and stalked. They just don't want high quality stuff leaking out, right? See how tough it is when it comes to this stuff. There's also this. There's some stories where people have had a camera and they're watching it, but they can't move. They're basically like paralyzed a bit. But they don't know, like, was it by free will or was it because they haven't seen something? And yeah, there's a lot of these cases where they're paralyzed. They can't move. They can't do anything. It's crazy. There also, this one's wild. There have been people who have recorded, okay? They've come back, told the stories, 90s and 80s, whatever. They have recorded, early 2000s, but they go back and, like, watch the tape, fully missing. The tape just skips. There's nothing there. It's literally them driving and then skips. Okay, they're back at home. They have the tape. That's it. It's just totally gone. So, yeah, you can't do anything, right? And it, like, makes you wonder, there's a common theme, by the way, of a time bubble. Just so that you know, there is a common theme of that where people, like, have a 10-minute experience. They come back. It's been, like, 4 hours. There is stuff like that. There's been people who've been missing for 5 days, right? I think it was Travis Walton, missing for like days, and they feel like they're gone for like an hour or 2 hours, but they're gone for days. It's all time warp stuff. I think basically a lot of people have seen, I think in England or Ireland, people have seen like some just downship UFOs coming around, like just skipping around, and they look like they're lagging. It's very weird how they describe. They look like they're floating and lagging. And then I heard about it. I'm like, what does that mean, floating and lagging? And then you read a couple of them, and sometimes, there was like this really intelligent, I think, British couple. They got abducted, and the wife, she's like a genius. She's like, yeah, I think what they're doing is they're able to, in their own bubble, they have their own bubble here where time basically is frozen in there. And everything outside is like basically you can't see in. So what happens is they get a bubble, you can't see in, they can go to the ship, and then they remove the bubble, and now it looks like they just zipped there. But actually, what they've been able to do is they basically freeze stuff. But it's because of relativity and stuff. So see, friends, all this advanced super science stuff. What's Neil deGrasse Tyson going to say? Need some evidence for that. Like friends, they're all in the payroll packet, by the way. Just like if you watch my previous alien videos as well, there are children, descendants of scientists, where they'll show the pay packet. They're like, whoa, dad was getting paid from the government to be an anti-alien guy. It's pretty much it. There are people, these science communicators out here, they're paid to just be shills. Just like in crypto. In crypto, hey, you don't really like the layer 2 governance token. You're just a shill. Yeah, man. Government's got shills as well. Shills everywhere because they're paid by the money printer. They're paid by the money printer. These science educators and stuff. You can't actually trust a lot of them. And then, but it's tough, right? They're like, oh, okay, prove it. Prove it. Well, yeah, go to a monkey. Prove time dilation is real. Go talk to the monkey. All they know is bananas and trees, okay? And throwing poop at each other. But you know something's going on. You just don't know the intent, right? There's always been reports of these, friends. People are under time control. Friends, there's been stories of guys out in the field, like in Argentina, just a UFO bubble launch, just like a giant Tic Tac with these little legs, just comes, launches. They come out, they're fixing the ship, and then one of the farmers just walks up to them, and they just look at him, and just point this thing at him. Just point this device, and he just basically gets paralyzed. And then just go back to the ship, and they just fly off. It's kind of funny thing ever. Like, this happened like in 1950s, 1960s. There's just so many stories, right? This is the kids' drawings. You remember these? The kids, basically, I think it was it in Zambia? It was in Africa as well. There's just so many friends. This is the famous case in Japan. The Utsurobune, right? 19th century Japan. This is such a wild story. They just see literally this UFO ship thing. This little, basically just looks like a box and they don't know what the hell it is. Just floating in the middle of the ocean. Basically comes up in the store, comes out like this Viking-looking lady. And she can't even speak English. They don't know what the hell was going on. And yeah, everyone was like, this is the most mysterious. This happened in like the 1600s. Just come out, kind of crazy, right? So everyone wrote about it. There's so many of these, like, you know it's real. But, you know, the focus of this video was basically to go through the reptilians, right? Because reptilians look scary. Maybe they know, hey, like, you look like a reptilian dude. From all the stories, though, interesting. There are like a range of these. There's like a manta ray. There's actually bugs. This is the funniest part. That one I laughed so much when I found. There's actual giant bugs. But, you know, you always think, okay, he's making it all up. Maybe. Why aren't there any tigers? Why aren't there any giraffes? Why aren't there any giant monkeys? Why is there consistently, okay, ones that look like humans, you got the gray aliens, you got the bugs, right? The reptilians. This is the interesting part. It's always them. It's always them. Why don't you look like slugs? You know, if you go down the list, you think you're reverse engineering away. Why is the same stories over the past 3,000 years? Interesting. But of course, after seeing this, yeah, it's fun to speculate. That's all we can really do. I do think, though, we're close to getting another, like, breadcrumb thrown. Maybe like a higher definition UFO video they'll let leak out. You know, society's getting a bit tumbly. A civil unrest, they'll throw one out. And then it'll just get everybody shut up. It's clear we're not ready to learn the truth yet. Whatever the truth is. Does the US... Do we even know the truth, right? The government, they only know what the hell they're told, right? They know more than we, obviously us, but they don't know everything. For sure they don't know. How are they going to know everything? You just... You know, let's say there's a monkey in the zoo, there's a monkey leader. Yeah, you can tell the monkey leader anything you want. You're still in control. You tell the monkey leader what is best for the monkey leader and the monkeys themselves. And when will the truth come out? Could be 100 years, could be 1,000 years, could be never. Will you ever even trust it after everything that's possible here? That's the hardest thing to wrap your mind around is that there's multiple dimensions. They can stop time and start time, right? They're doing this telekinesis stuff. They're paralyzing you with a button. They do all this. It's like basically, okay, you literally got a cheat mode on in a video game. So then anything's possible. That's where it gets really, really hard. Because now they have infinite power, therefore anything's possible. Literally anything's possible at this point. They can move stuff, make things disappear, play with your head, make you see stuff that's not even there. That's the tough part as well. They can make you think, hey, it's a hologram of something, but it's actually not actually there. There's that. Okay, that's why it's so far beyond our comprehension. But yeah, what do you think about that lizard and the reptilian, friends? You never know, man. With technology and stuff coming on, some of these things, they get a bit too close for people to think about. Man, there's always people saying, hey, you're just a weird nutcase. But you go check out all the people who say these things are weird nutcases. Like, bro, they're watching the same box. They're literally watching the same box every time. Government can tell you anything they want. And you know it works. You know it does. Make sure you like, subscribe. Catch you in the next one.